Lawrence Mattison joining us here on the Joe Beaver Show. Lawrence, welcome to Beaver Nation. How excited are you about your recent signing to play for Oregon State collegiately?
Oh, man, I'm super excited. I can't believe, I finally got a chance to, go play college football for one. And then about that, Division I football. But, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm counting down the months, and I can't wait to get to the Bridge program, and I can't wait to go and finally live in Corvallis.
Lawrence, tell us about the process for you and who was it who recruited you and how it all began for you while you're there in high school down there in Texas.
I moved around a lot, and maybe to sum it up, I moved around a couple states, and back and forth in Texas, different types of schools, and I finally got back to Texas. And with my mom, I came back from my uncle's in Charlotte, North Carolina. She moved me all the way out to Smith Valley, so I started, my high school career at Smith Valley. And when I first got here, I'm not really well-spoken when I first got here. I had a ponytail, I had a grill in, and sagged my pants. I wasn't even in football, and then finally got out to the school in about 2 weeks. They thought it was in PE. They put me in finally athletics after they saw me run. Then I got a chance to, be on varsity as a freshman and put in some work. And ever since then, Coach Brassfield, the main coach, right after my junior year, the main coach talked to me, and I tell you what, the very first 2 months that we talked, we didn't talk about anything but how I'm doing as a person, anything he can do to help me, about God. We didn't even talk about football, man. We didn't talk about no football until 1 or 2 months was up. And then finally we started talking about football. So and that was the main reason what, caught me on and triggered me about Oregon State, because just in case, if something does happen to me, Coach Brassfield and, Mike Rowell, I feel like they're going to both be there, not just as coaches, but, as father figures in my life.
Lawrence, did you get that same feeling when you took a visit to Corvallis?
Oh, man, it was crazy. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, everybody was telling me it was a green state, and y'all was definitely right about that. And then I got there, got to see campus, meet some people, and everybody in Corvallis is just amazing. There's no people that sit there and judge you, look at you wrong. Everybody, it's a warm welcome. I felt that when I was there. And, I got along with some of the teammates. It was just a great environment, a great college town surrounded by, Corvallis. I love that. And, I'm pretty excited. I can't wait. I want to hurry up and have this high school, year end up so I can hurry up and get up to Corvallis. I miss it.
Did you get a chance to see the Beavers when they were down there playing Texas in the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio?
Yes. I actually, me and my coach, Coach Hill, we went to Cardinal Word and watched them practice once or twice in the morning, and got a chance to go see them practice, go meet some of the coaches. It was pretty good. I liked it. Getting up there early, it was kind of cold, but, in Texas, it's not cold in Texas, but it's kind of chilly. We're not used to it. We're used to nothing but heat. So when we get a little chilly, it gets kind of crazy.
Lawrence Mattison joining us here on the Joe Beaver Show. Tell us about Spring Branch, Texas, and where you're playing high school. Where exactly is that?
It's in the country, man. Ain't nothing but dippers and nothing but green, like not green, but nothing but trees and hills out here. Cattle.
Just nothing but cattle. All right. Lawrence, you listed, I see you at 6'1", 225 on one site, 6'1", 235 on another. What's your size, and what do you hope to be? Because when you get to college, they're going to put you on a real strict training regimen. What is your ideal size for playing running back?
Well, I would love to get down to 215. That would be cool, but I'm 6'1", 225 right now.
Okay.
I've been trimming weight, but I've been trimming good weight, and then I've been packing on muscle.
Tell us about your knowledge of Oregon State. Had you heard of Jaquiz and James Rogers and some of the guys coming out of Texas?
Yeah, I actually did. I used to watch about maybe 2 years ago. I used to sit down and watch ESPN. I finally saw some dude came from Oregon State. I didn't really know about y'all yet, but he used to work at Atlanta Falcons, and I saw they showed some of his highlights, and I was like, wow. I didn't even know about Oregon State. So, I had an idea, about y'all, but I didn't really have, like who y'all were. I didn't really get a chance to look into it.
Is it going to be a stretch for you to play so far away from Texas, or is that?
Oh man, no, sir. I've moved around a lot in my life, and this is just another move, man. And this one's going to be for the better.
How about Storm Woods? You're going to go into competition with a fellow Texan for that running back spot.
yeah. I mean, that's my dude when I went up there. But you know, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be cool. But you know how it comes down when the competition. You know, strictly we're gonna be cool when we get down there. Obviously, because you know, both running backs we gotta hang out. And you know, when it comes down to competition, you know, we're gonna have to work.
Hey, Lawrence, with James and Jaquiz and then Storm and now yourself, among your friends or your peers at your high school, would you say that Oregon State is a little bit more on the radar to Texas high school recruits?
Yes, sir. And if they weren't, hopefully me signing there, I got a lot of friends, you know, and I got a lot of people who know me down here. So hopefully it'll put y'all on the map, you know, down in Texas a little bit more.
Well, we appreciate you taking some time out for us and telling us a little bit about your story. We're actually going to do a story later today on the show. We're going to do a topic about Twitter, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that because I actually have seen some of your tweets. I don't follow you, but others have, you can see other people copy and whatever and retweet. Do you ever get concerned about what you say? Now, I will say that I've said on the show that the tweets that I've seen from you are so positive. They really are refreshing, but some athletes, they say the wrong thing or they don't realize that everyone sees that. Did anybody in your life, like a coach or anything, talk to you about, hey, be careful of what you put out there?
Yes, sir. Actually, Coach Bashwood told me, like, one of the very first weeks, when we first started talking about, what you put on Facebook. So, I always watch what I put. I don't want to, you got to watch for you cursing. But, sometimes people forget, that people's watching. They slip up sometimes. But overall, I think that's the best thing to do. You can't, you've got something to help. You got to hold yourself a certain way for feeding. You're going to a Division I school, any school, in that case. But I think if you're going to a school, you're going to have fans. You got a lot of support behind you. And there's kids looking on. There's, middle school kids and there's adults looking on. You don't want them to get the wrong idea about you.
Well, it's again, your tweets are really positive, and it's refreshing to see that. Do you got any Beaver gear that you're wearing around the halls that people are saying, "What, Oregon State? What are you talking about?"
The only thing I got is a hat, man. When I was down there, I was broke, so I didn't get a chance to buy anything.
Yeah, there you go. Well, next year you'll have plenty of it. And you talked about the bridge program. That'll be in the summer. That really is good for getting incoming athletes used to the college scene. Have you thought at all about your studies? Do you know what you want to do if you don't make it to the NFL?
Most likely sports science.
Oh, okay, good deal.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Lawrence, thanks for taking some time out for us today. Get back to class and do well there, and we'll look forward to seeing you when you come up here to Corvallis.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks again, Lawrence.
All right. No problem.